Choose your fighter.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Dragon Quest. So last time we did separate stories for each of the people. We did Salvando, we did Eric, Rab, and now we're on Murray, who I guess after getting his luminary powers stolen is now a fish. So I didn't know that happened. I still think we have to, I think we still have to do Serena and Veronica. I don't really, I hope not, because I don't really want to listen to Veronica. Little fish. So I know I'm supposed to be talking to the Queen of Nautica, but that's where you get platinum ore. Okay. Come on, you guys need to have more treasure. I'm not gonna be a fish forever. Oh no, see that you awoken finally. You've been sleeping ever since you fell into the sea. You're safe down here, but awful things are happening ashore. Speak to Queen Marina. Dude, this is just like Witcher 3. where you can explore old shipwrecks. Almost, yeah, 600 years since the Royal Terrarium was founded. We hope to mark this anniversary by unveiling a new exhibit. A truly startling treasure from the world above. Yes, all of Nautica's looking forward to seeing it. Dude. What does this do? Okay, I'm pretty sure that's all I can get right now. Yeah, pretty sure that's all I can get right now.
You say our guest has finally recovered from his wounds? Then let us expedite the plan. It must be done, and soon.
Your Majesty.
Don't fear for me. I'm not done yet. Until my work is finished, I'll find the strength to carry on. I shall not be diminished.
Oh, wait. Is she dying?
Ah!
Ah, there you are, old friend. Or should I say, new fish. You make a finer flounder than I'd ever dared to wish. When first my subjects brought you here, it gave me such a shock. To see you bruised and broken like a ship wrecked on the rocks. The Lord of Shadows thinks you dead. The sea swarms with his spies. I changed you to this fishy form to hide you from his eyes. Many troubled months have come and gone since your arrival. As you slept, my healers strove to safeguard your survival.
So it's been
You
months.
cannot know how glad I am to see you fully healed. But soon the spell will fade, and you must once more take the field. I have a plan to see you safe. That's all I've ever wished. If all goes well, you'll soon know what it feels like to be fished. Forgive my haste. These strange events must take you by surprise. You have so many questions. I can see it in your eyes. I saw you battle bravely by the World Tree's holy heart. I saw the Lord of Shadows tear your fellowship apart.
Fellowship?
I saw you strive to fell the fiend, and how your plans were vexed. When you are ready, follow me to see what happened next. Eons passed since last I brought a human to this cave. It is the private parlor of the Queen beneath the waves. Behold the pearl of wisdom, jewel of we the ocean's daughters. It lets its bearer view the world through any drop of water. I've summoned up a thunderstorm to saturate the ground. Now, let's ascend into the rain and take a look around. Whenever you are ready, touch your fin against the pearl, and you shall see what's come to pass there in your airy world.
So that just brings up, like, I just woke up, right? And she's like, hey, look how you failed to beat the Darkspawn. It just looks like California to me.
The once fair land of Erdrea is now a ravaged shell. When Mordegon destroyed its heart, the holy world tree fell. Upon its fall, the world was with a searing storm despoiled. Trees and grasses burned to ashes, lakes and rivers boiled. Burning boulders fell to earth and pulverized the land. Mountains cracked, and realms were racked at his unholy hand. In one fell swoop, the Lord of Shadows ended countless lives. The lucky few who rode the storm out struggled to survive. Their days are filled with desperation, misery and tears. I see them quake and tremble, but I cannot calm their fears.
What if they're just sleeping?
Somebody, please.
Our homes are gone. Our families and friends, too. All we have left is our lives. We can't just sit down and die. We have to keep walking.
We have to keep following the hero. They say he's built a fortress south of Heliodor. If we can make our way there, we'll be safe.
I wonder if it's, Hendrik.
Don't give
It's
up,
Hendrik.
okay? This hero guy won't let us down. Once we get to the last bastion, everything will be fine. You'll see.
A few more short steps lead from darkness into dawn. Safe haven awaits.
Amid the black depths of despair, a spark of light still shines. A man who gives the people hope in these benighted times. Yet that light too shall soon succumb to evil's ceaseless claim. Only you can take that spark and kindle it to flame.
Ooh, so basically Murray is just, the main guy from Dark Souls 3.
Yggdrasil has crashed to earth. Her light has disappeared. In her place, the Lord of Shadow's citadel of fear. He took the sacred world tree's power and now makes it his own. Foul Mordegon commands the world from his unholy throne.
But I'm gonna
His
grind the
forces
shit out of this
seek to
game,
steal the
so
souls
when
of every last
I finally
survivor.
face him, it's just gonna
His
be like,
flying servants sweep
easy.
the skies. The seas swarm with his divers. Alizarin, the fiend that seeks to devastate my nation. Another one of Mordegon's detestable creations. I've cast a spell to hold him back, but need it to be stronger. The barrier's at breaking point and cannot last much longer. I'd hoped that I could save my realm. It was a foolish notion. Compared to his, my strength is but a raindrop in the ocean. Ere long, the barrier will fall, and Nautica will too. Marauding beasts may take my life, but they shall not take you. Our time grows short. I fear my kingdom's race is nearly run. My place is with my subjects now. We face our fate as one.
oh, please don't kill the Mermaid Queen. Please. I don't know what I can do much as a fish, to be honest. Please, camera, just... Damn, I couldn't get the orb a second time.
How curious you are, my friend. I showed you fearful sights, and yet those wide and watery eyes still gleam with limpid light. seems that grief and tragedy have followed you since birth. Cruel fate's dark plan has stalked you to the corners of the earth. And yet you've weathered every blow, prevailed against all strife. You've brushed with death 1,000 times, yet still you have your life.
I'm just that
It is
badass.
the will of Yggdrasil that you are still alive. It is your fate to save this world. For this, you must survive. Bright luminary, let the light shine on the world again. Find the fading sparks of hope and kindle them to flame. You'll find the sparks I speak of here and there throughout the land. They are the former members of your staunch and stalwart band. The fire within their hearts will light the path that you must tread. Find your friends and bring an end to this dark age of dread. While the luminary lives, there's hope for people still. You cannot fail. You must prevail. It is the World Tree's will.
Dude, I don't want all these people to get slaughtered.
The barrier shakes and breaks.
The Lord of Shadow's followers give fond farewell short shrift. I had so much to tell you, but it seems I must be swift. Do not lose heart. Do not look back until your time is through. Remember, you're the luminary. We believe in you.
But he took the luminary out of me.
Citizens of Nordica, give your lives to the Lord of Shadows.
Train.
Oh, Blue John's hooked himself a big un. Could it be the legendary man-eating mackerel? Let's reel him in and find out!
I'm gonna be so pissed if, like, Queen Marina died.
I actually caught something! Blue John's gonna eat tonight! Maybe there is some good in this forsaken world after all. Who the heck are you? And what were you doing on the end of my hook? I don't care how hungry you are, you don't go pinching the bait off another man's line. Hey, now. Don't cry, sonny. Look, I don't know what's got you sniffling, but it must be something serious. So listen, Blue John's gonna help you out. We fisher folk have gotta look after each other, ain't we? You can stay the night in my hut. There's none too many safe places left in this rotten world. But it'll do you for a day.
Oh, this guy's so nice.
When you're ready,
I thought our character was gonna talk.
they'll see you right. The fella running the place is a bony Fido hero. Right, now that's decided. Let's head for shore. Hold on tight, lad. Things are about to get choppy.
Oh, and I'm gonna meet Hendrik. That should be... Like, I knew... Ever since it's revealed that Jasper... Like, order for accepting the advice of Queen Marina. So... Ever since Jasper was revealed, Oh! It's this guy! It smells a little dank. Oh. That's interesting that the map changed. It's this guy. Okay, it's also that mustache guy.
Ahoy there, sonny. So you finally roused yourself from your slumbers, eh? Blue John would say good morning. But there ain't no morning to speak of these days. You hadn't noticed? Why, we've seen nothing but dark skies since the day of the disaster.
Yeah, I know.
Just look at the state of it.
I've lived through all the fires. That's what it looks like, except it's orange.
There was an almighty booming and rumbling. And then great gouts of blackness started billowing up from the castle over in Heliodor. Since then, nothing's been right. That was the last time any of us saw the sun. That ain't good. We better hide, and fast.
Quick, back in the ocean.
Ooh, that was a close one. Them monsters started pouring out of Heliodor Castle about the same time as the blackness. The rotters seem to think they own the place. They've never come so near before, though. They'll be looking for food, I'll warrant. And there Blue John was, thinking he'd found himself a safe spot. Listen, seems the victuals round these parts are set to get mighty scarce. I hate to send you packing, Sonny, but I reckon you'd best be on your way.
What is there to
Safe
pack?
over the last bastion, anyhow. Go on and get yourself over there before the monsters spot you. That hero feller'll look after you, I'm sure. He's a good un, that one. A spark of hope in these dark old times. Steer a course due west until you hit Cobblestone Falls. The last bastion lies just beyond. Mind how you go now, Sonny.
I'm Tickle Ickle's uncle from over in Tickington. I've been looking for you ever since Yggdrasil disappeared. I've not had the easiest time of it either. That goes for Tickington as a whole, to be honest, but it looks like I found you in the nick of time. We need your help, you see. Just let me know when you're ready to make the trip, and I'll whisk you over in 2 ticks. So it seems like these things just run away from me. I wanna see how tough they are. I still have my spells. And they're still okay. Okay, so they're still the same level back when everything was normal. I thought they would be like, more difficult. How much money do I actually have? Oh, I have all the money. Until sunrise, quote unquote. Okay, now if I go into... Yeah! Yeah, if you can... Okay, so if you guys can picture, this place but orange, that has been California. Craig, if I were you, this is no place to be wandering around on your own. Head south to the last bastion. You'll be safer there. I listen to no one. Okay, so this guy's tough. But not that tough. Alright, so where am I supposed to go? South? Oh wait, hold on. I like how this is like not... It's like, hey, this isn't a place for you. I'll just leave my horse there. Whatever, the guy can use it if he needs to escape. Come on, Sandy! Yeah, I think that's the dog's name. Come on, Sandy! Come on, girl! This means I have to travel the entire world again.
Sandy, there you are. And where did you run off to, might I ask?
Hey, Andy, how are you?
Oh my, it's really you, isn't it? You're alive, and you've
How is
come
Jade?
back to us.
Is the more important question.
I've been so
Last time we checked, Jade
especially
passed
after-
out and is possibly
we
dead.
did such awful things.
Why are you crying?
Oh, Sandy.
If
you're
Jade is
right,
not
of
good, then I'm
course.
not good.
This is the
But,
best news I can
yeah,
hope for.
I think we
And here
fight
I am, blubbering
Booga
like
as like a
baby.
team once the team like comes back together.
Welcome home.
But dude, I have to go through all the campsites again, so I can't fast travel.
It's not quite the cobblestone we grew up in, is it? No, we've been through a lot. After you left, this terrible man named Jasper came. I'll never forget his eyes. They were so cold. They
were so cold, I needed a sweater.
Village, and then he ordered his men to kill us. But we were lucky. Not everyone is as cruel as Jasper. No, another soldier came and told him to stop. He said there was no need to take our lives. But that didn't stop them burning the village to the ground and locking us all up in the castle. Still, that one good man made sure we came to no harm.
That's what I'm saying, like, Hendrik doesn't look like a tool.
Sorry, Sandy, you're right. He just got home after a long journey. He doesn't want to hear me blathering on.
Exactly.
Come on. Let's go and see the one person who'll be even happier to see you than me.
Eric? I like this guy. This guy's a mood right here. So Will keeps saying just like, oh, you're gonna have a party member join you that isn't part of your original group. And I'm like, Hendrik? That's the only logical thing I can think of.
Come on, girls, put your backs into it. The boys are out there doing the fighting, so it's up to us to keep the home fires burning.
Sorry to interrupt, Amber, but I've got big news.
Hello, Gemma, love. What's got you so excited, hmm?
Well, you're not going to believe this, but...
Why leave out the
very
suspense?
special here to
Or I
see
put in
you.
the suspense.
My little soldier. I just can't believe it's you. After all the awful things that happened, I was sure you were...
Dead. Just go ahead and say it.
When the disaster struck, so many people lost their lives. The sun vanished, and those terrible monsters appeared all over the place. Even those of us who were lucky enough to survive were so drained and desperate that...
Oh, Andy, what did you think of the Mountain Monsters trailer?
And then the hero appeared just when we
Is it
needed
everything
him.
you expected?
He
Did it
all he could to
get you
help
pumped
people,
up for
no
the
matter
show?
Who they were or where they were from. He fought off the monsters and brought everyone here to safety. Without him, I dread to think what would have become of us. And now, thanks to him, the place you once knew as Cobblestone has become the last bastion, humanity's safe haven in a world beset by darkness. Would you believe we've even got the King of Heliodor?
You want me to be
camped out
honest?
here?
Yes. You can be honest. I know it's fantastic.
Look, I know he was the one who ordered the village to be burned, but I'm sure he had his reasons. Things aren't always as they seem, love.
So I was watching the werewolf
He may be the
episode last
person you want
night,
to see,
and that,
but you should
yeah,
go and talk
that is the
things through with
perfect
the king. Your
description.
grandfather would have wanted you to at least try. Just pop your head round the door of his tent, will you, love? For me, it's the one in the middle of the camp with the 2 flags. And be polite.
The fakest thing I've ever seen? Have you ever seen Keeping Up with the Kardashians? No. So I was watching their werewolf episode last night, right? And first of all, in the episode they can't determine like how tall the beast is from eyewitness reports. The first eyewitness says it's like 10 to 11 feet tall. And then the second eyewitness says it's about 9 feet tall. And then the third one says it's 13 feet tall. So, so already there's inconsistencies, right? And that's all good and fine, but then they go on to this guy who says, oh, I have a video of it, right? And it's just like, okay, cool. He has video evidence of a werewolf in broad daylight, right? You see the evidence, and it's so clearly... First of all, if I saw a werewolf in broad daylight, you best believe my camera would not move off the thing. But for some reason, the guy, like, kind of takes a video of it and then leaves. But, you know, we're gonna ignore that. So, the video evidence is, clearly just a black bear slumping over. And then he's just like, dude, look at that thing, it's a werewolf. Yeah, it seems like a black bear that, is just flopping over, equipment. But then they don't show the video for too long. I wonder if, they actually recognized it, but just they edited it out for the episode. Why is that chest already open in there? I didn't go in there yet. Oh yeah, so, there's also... What is it? So, in every single episode, they always say, something along the lines of like, oh, the beast was right behind you, but before I could capture it, this and this happened. So, they don't actually get any footage. Which is fine, you know, that's the appeal of the show. But then, I guess the werewolf was right behind one of them, and for some reason, the cameras kept cutting, not to the werewolf itself, but to everyone else, so we don't actually get to see it. Just like, you promised me a werewolf this episode, and I want to see a werewolf. I don't want to... Didn't get any footage. I wonder why. Well, they did get footage. They got footage of a black bear and called it a werewolf. But anyway, but it's just like, and for some reason the camera was cutting. I wonder why. Yeah, and let's see. In one part, so Andy, what you need to know about this show is that they never do their investigations, like their real investigation. Well, they have two parts of the investigation, and one part is in the daytime. The part in the daytime is like setting up a trap that is just like never going to work or be activated, but you know, they set up a trap. And the second part is like the actual hunting, and for some reason it always takes place at like midnight to like 4 o'clock in the morning, so of course they can't see anything. And so they're out there like 2 a.m. in the deep forest, and they're just like, dude, do you see that? Do you see that? There's eyes in the brush. It must be a werewolf. And they keep shining on something, and it's just, they're shining on a bunch of branches. Where am I supposed to... I'm just kind of wandering around.
So, you are alive and well, I see.
I don't trust him. He was hiding the Darkspawn this whole time?
You have nothing to fear. I have regained my senses at last. The living nightmare that began for me on the day of your birth has ended. Though in truth, I remember little of what I did.
Okay, so why would people continue to have him as king
on you
if he's the one that did this?
I do not ask for forgiveness. I do not deserve it. All I ask is that I be allowed to atone, to pay for my crimes by protecting those who remain.
Like, why isn't he executed and put on a spike for destroying the world?
Day, the events that came to pass beneath Yggdrasil's branches? I see. I recall nothing. All I know is that whomever or whatever had me in its grasp for all those years left me there. And when at long last I returned to my senses, I was here.
I'm just saying, if this was like Game of Thrones, he would be annihilated by now.
Tell me, do you know if my daughter is alive? I see.
Your Majesty, the hero has returned. He brings more survivors seeking sanctuary.
Why can't you just call him Hendrik?
Come. You must meet he to whom we owe our survival, though you may not wish to at first.
Like, I get, like, maybe they don't want to be, like, brutal, but at least he shouldn't be king. He should. Why is he still king? I deserve to be king. So, what would be your first rule? Ooh, how to outdo the undead. Oh wait, I have to see this. Wait. Yes. Zombie slave? Jesus, mine rule number. You know what? That's a fair rule. The zombie slayer. I'm gonna rework it though. It is not to my liking. A blessed splay custom made for putting undead monsters back in the ground. we have to rework it. Okay, Andy. So I mentioned this. It's a PS5 showcase. It's 10 minutes. So I mentioned this earlier, right? So after I'm done with like the main story and it's just like I can wander the world again, I'm gonna grind the shit out of like all the creatures, so by the time I actually face the Darkspawn, I like take him out in one hit. That's my goal. One ass hit from Jade, yes. Please let it be perfection. Damn. No, we're gonna do this until it's a +3. God damn, this thing is difficult to make. I'm gonna send all my perfectionist pearls just on this one item. Okay, whatever. Fuck you. Look how cool my sword is. Dude, my sword matches my shield. What am I supposed to do? Supposed to meet the... Go to the north. Yeah.
The luminary lives.
That's your reaction?
Welcome back, Hendrik. Well, what news?
The forces of darkness amass at the gates of Heliodor. They will strike, and soon. Sire, the
Is
people
it
must be
anime
removed to
Geralt?
safety.
Would Geralt go out of his way to help survivors?
Men! All the signs are that our enemy will strike tonight. To arms! They shall not find us unprepared!
As you see, he is as eloquent as ever. But you must forgive him. He has fought harder than any of us. He has sacrificed more than anyone. Which is why his burden must be lightened.
He sacrificed more than anyone, the king says. Who got their luminary powers ripped out of them and crushed?
Hendrik needs you. Will you
What a
stand
bitch.
beside him? Good. If we are able to withstand the assault tonight, we may yet survive.
I want
Join
to
the
kill
troops
him,
outside
honestly.
the
I know
fortress
he's
when you
Jay's
are
dad and everything, but he's a piece of shit. I don't know why he's king. I'm going by Game of Thrones rules. I want Cersei to take care of him. Now, I should probably rest, and god damn the rock, that's my one weakness, a rock. So there's gonna be a PS5 showcase